I was thinking of having another guild meeting this Wednesday. I'm debating how to do raids from now on. Example, we could be doing 2 20-man raids. This would challenge all the veteran WoW players. We draft the 2 20-mans first, then we draft both 40-mans. This week, assuming Fog's raid happens tomorrow, we did 3 40-mans and 1 20-man. I don't know if we can really sustain that. So 2 20s and 2 40s might be better. My thought process is the veterans get challenged by 20 manning the molten core. And now the noobs get challenged cause even less people to carry and guide them. LMGD, I'm gonna time you out. Alright. What's up? That's too much. Alright, you gotta calm down, buddy. Alright, relax. I haven't had a coffee this morning. Settle down, bro. Alright? Settle down. Okay. My thought process is the veterans get challenged by 20 manning the molten core. And now the noobs get challenged even less people. Because even less people are there to carry them and guide them. An actual full noob raid. Ooh, 0 sweat raid content? I don't know if this is exactly what I want to do. But that's sort of where my head is at the moment. To make these interesting for everyone. I'm also looking at a Zico PS Hero versus xaryu pikaboo 20-man raid split. Okay. EU versus NA, if you will. I don't know who will raid lead the 40-mans this next week, assuming we do that. But every noob who has raid led has done honestly a very good job. Viewer-wise though, they don't want to hear every fight in-depthly explained anymore though. Just brief assignments and go with it. That I don't care for noob raid leaders. But the draft is fun. This is sort of where my head is at. And we can discuss what we will actually do Wednesday. I fully welcome y'all's brainstorming. See you all then, and good luck tomorrow, Fogged, and everyone else in the raid. Maybe 25 mans instead, that way you have to fully optimize. Can maybe bring like 1 to 5 shadow priests or something else useless. Yeah, so I read this yesterday and I was like, this is a terrible idea. 2 20-man raids, and then they're not led by Ampy. And then the sweats are split between these 2 20-man raids. And then there's gonna be not 9 warriors with like full Priebus gear. Absolute guaranteed wipes. Also, a problem with that is kind of like a lot of loot got wasted in the 20-man raid because we didn't have maybe a lot of hunters or mages, right? Stuff like that. So it's kind of like we're deleting loot. Like I have 2 mage tier 2 helmets on my shaman. So I think we should do 25-man raids instead. They're still challenging, but you can invite more, you know, classes that like soak the loot. And Soda pretty much rolled that right after. Like he also realized it after the announcement, because we had a bit of a discussion in the general chat here. So yeah, I think this. So when I was looking at the general chat discussion, because I wrote 25-man instantly. A lot of people agreed with me, and then some people said 30-man. No one is pushing for 20-man in the guild. I want to point that. I want to say clear. Not a single person was like, we should do 20-mans all the time. Nobody. So 20-man is not happening. I don't think so. So it's either going to be 25-man or 30-man. Whatever's better, right? What we could do is have 3 or 4 30-man raids, right? Every raid has equal amount of sweats, you know, and it's kind of like balanced. Or we have like 2 25-man raids that have most of the sweats there, and maybe a couple of not sweats that just get to join and soak loot. And then the 40-mans, maybe the 140-man, I don't know, like, because that's the thing, if you have Two 25-mans and two 40-mans, that's too much. We don't have enough people in the guild. I don't think so. So we could just do like two 30-mans and then 140. I don't know. It's confusing. We gotta sort this out. It's gonna be a discussion on Wednesday about this. But yeah, 20-man is not happening. Even though he announced it, like it's like no one was like, yeah, we should do that. Everybody's like 25, 30-man. Ain't no way. You know, ain't no way. That was, I mean, that we did clear without deaths, but we had a solid group. We had some of the best players in the guild. People were locked in. If we do that again, we do two of those with different raid leaders, with not an optimized comp, with less super sweats, it is gonna be a wipe. Now, we want that, then we do it, right? But like that's what I'm saying. That's a guaranteed wipe. So I don't know. I think 25-man still has potential for definitely wiping, especially if you have less super sweats. But we'll see, all right? We'll see, chat. That's kind of the announcement. But yeah, like I said, I'm not going to leak general chat. But in general, people were talking about 25, 30, man. Nobody wanted 20, man. I instantly was like, no, this is a bad idea. I voiced my opinion. I was like, guys, we should just do 25 mans. That way we can invite like mages and hunters, you know, and let them soak the loot, and then we rotate people. Because then we can invite like a non-super sweat mage. And even if that mage does bad DPS and they're like kind of like a debuff to the raid, at least they get the loot. And because you're 5 more people, it should be like still easier than 20 people. I mean, it's hard to say, right? If you go 25, man, with like non-super sweats and then debuffs in the raid, it's worse than 20-man super sweats. So that's where the 30-man comes in. 30-man would then allow the raid. The 30-man raid would always be easier. You know, 30-man is like, it should be easier than a 20-man. Even with like, you know, some bad players. So yeah, 25, there's still a lot of potential for disaster. 30-man, it's like kind of mitigated a bit. Calling people debuffs. Yeah, there are people that when you bring them to the raid is better without them. I mean, is that toxic to say? We literally have people that are naked. You know, so they raid naked. They don't have any gear. That's what I call a debuff. Okay, I'm not even talking about people that don't know how to do the rotation. I'm talking about people that are literally doing 20 DPS, okay? And they gotta heal. Could you invite that person 25, man? Yes or no? No, right? That's what I'm saying. But in 30, man, you might be able to. That's what in 30, man, I think you can. So like, it depends what we're gonna do, right? All right. Sure. Give me a sec. 30 is a new 40. I kind of like the idea of maybe all the raids being 30, man. And that way there's still sweats in every raid to carry. And dude, 40 man to 30 man, like that's a pretty decent jump. I'd say like that's pretty significant. I don't know though. Maybe Soda doesn't feel comfortable with that. You know. I think what Soda's trying to do, he's trying to make the raids less boring. I think the 40-man raids have been kind of like, you know, I mean, it depends who's leading it, right? And how the vibes are, but I think he's trying to like mitigate that a bit, you know. So yeah, like imagine having 10 less people that can talk on Discord. That's the best thing about 30, man, is you have 10 less people that will yap and ask, do I unboon, do I fap? So the comms will be a lot better, I think, for like a viewer experience. The better vibes, you know. So that'd be kind of good. The 20-man was too easy. I would not say so. As someone that wasn't that 20-man, it was not too easy. That was the hardest MC I ever did. There were so many sketchy moments. And we had the best players in the guild. So you have another 20-man like that that's not led by Ampy, it's not gonna clear the raid. Zero chance. Zero chance. Like even same players, but different raid leader, the raid doesn't clear. And then imagine different players. And then imagine it's like two 20-mans happening. So you have half the sweat power, because then you have fake sweats in the raid, which are like people marked as a sweat, but they don't play as good as actual sweats. You think you're gonna clear the raid? No way. right? So like that 20-man worked because we had the most sweaty people, and people took it really serious, and it was like crazy preparation. That's the only reason, right? So like if you try to replicate that twice a week, no way. But I was saying, like, everybody in the guild that was like talking about that announcement was like, yeah, we don't want to do that. No one was like, yo, great idea, let's do 220 events next week. No one said this. You were like, no, I don't want to do that. Dude, there were people, you know what they typed in general chat? Silly question. Does less players mean the bosses have less HP like retail? Multiple people believe this in Onlyfangs. And then people explained to them, no, that's not how it works. And they were like, wait, what? Dude, I don't want to do 20 man then. They were like freaking out. Like, there ain't no way. Yeah. That's what we're dealing with, guys. Like, they had no idea, right? Holy shit. Holy shit, bro.